think some people, like your handicap, you're disabled, they're the ones that are, mentally challenged, go through them, weed them out. You've got some that can go to any doctor and say, oh, they're ADHD, they're this, that, we're giving them Medicaid. Test them. You got people that going to college that doing nothing but getting paid to go to college, that they're getting Medicaid.
It would be laughable if it were not so sad.
And I don't believe Medicare for all. I've paid for Medicare. I have Social Security, and I paid for Social Security. There is Medicaid, and Medicaid is something that we provide for people that can't provide it for themselves. So I'm not in favor of taking Medicare and hijacking it for something that's not intended for.
So it would be expanding it, right, so that everyone can have access. Are you happy with your Medicare?
I don't know. They're going to pay for their Medicare. When they get to the proper age, they'll apply for it like I have. And just like I have, I'm paying over $400 or $500 a month for my wife to have Medicare, plus what I paid in the past.
A lot of cognitive dissonance in this interview in terms of what this man is saying doesn't really add up to what the realities are. In this country, we're talking about those of us who do believe in a democratic type of socialism, not the socialism of other countries that Republican types make seem so scary.
The rise of socialism has never been more clear. Right now in America, there are forces dug in, organized, and well-funded, doing whatever is necessary to make socialism happen.
And what continues to be problematic is that too many of the MAGAs believe what this man was spewing during that interview, that somehow socialism is destroying this country, when nothing could be further than the truth. Most seniors love their Social Security. You try to take it away, baby, you're gonna have them out in the streets. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. A program that pulled countless numbers, like millions of older Americans out of poverty. And what this gentleman does not understand, and those who think like him, and far too many of them have been drinking this Kool-Aid on this, is that this is all about a social contract, that government's primary role, contrary to popular understanding, the primary role is service. Social Security is a service. Medicaid and Medicare, a service. Now I wonder, would he as an individual, if his house was on fire, God forbid, don't want anybody's house to be on fire, but if it were, does he want to put that in hands of individuals, or does he want a collective response, i.e. the fire department, based on tax dollars being pulled? And voila, in most communities in this country, we have fire departments, we have police departments, we have EMS. We don't pave roads as individuals, thank God. We have clean water in most cases. I'm gonna put an asterisk on that. That's a lecture for another time. But you all know where I'm going with this. All of that is democratic socialism. Say it with me. It is not a bad thing. And adding to this horror show, whether we're talking to the average Trumpite on the streets or Trumpite in the Congress, we have Congressman Tom Cole of Oklahoma, as he is supporting Congressman Jim Jordan from Ohio to become the next Speaker of the House, which, by the way, is not happening. But at the time he was giving this speech, he said that Jim Jordan would make a great speaker because he understands what the drivers of our debt are. That mean, big, wicked, the big three in this case, Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security, and how the Republicans said the quiet part out loud once again, that they want to cut these three programs.
But unlike any other speaker we've had, he's had the courage to talk about a long-term plan and to get at the real drivers of debt. And we all know what they are. We all know it's Social Security. We all know it's Medicare. We all know it's Medicaid. No president of either side has been willing to deal with this. No speaker of either side has been willing to deal with this. My friend, our former colleague, John Delaney, and I offered a plan. I still file it every year. John's not here anymore. To go back and do in 1983 what we did then and address Social Security. We never can get any help. This is the guy that wants to create a debt commission, a bipartisan debt commission, and get at the roots of our spending problem. That takes courage.
Where were they? Where was all this spice when it came to not agreeing with the tax cuts that happened under President Donald J. Trump to the trillions of dollars to the ultra wealthy in this country, which is part of the drivers for our debt. But oh no, that's too much to ask to cut off the owner donors. They want to deprive the American people from programs that help people survive in most cases, too many cases, unfortunately, in this country. And don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, because the truth is programs like Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare lift. Programs like universal health care, wish we had it in this country, we'll continue to fight for it, is less costly than the system that we have right now. But don't trouble the Republicans with telling the truth, because they will never let the truth get in the way of a good story. And baby, they got a whole bunch of good stories, i.e. lies. Socialism, ooh, so scary.